Yeah, no, super excited to be here with all these innovators and also like investors supporting startups and innovation. So yeah, my name is Anke. I lead ecosystem growth at the Stellar Development Foundation. I'm really focusing on supporting startups and developer team building on Stellar with grant funding and other startup development opportunities and programs. So most notably, I lead the Stellar Community Fund, which is an open application awards program that distributes $10 to $15 million worth of XLM, which is Stellar's native currency, annually to Stellar projects. So where actually the Stellar community provides input into award allocation, governance, as well as project support. So thank you so much. Yeah, I guess on the same trend on investment flows, there's also grants, right, that are non-equity, non-diluted funding sent to startups and developer teams in the Web3 space. And so it's quite interesting. It's following a similar trend as the investment flows. I mean, in the landscape of blockchain, the evolution of grant funding honestly has been nothing short of amazing in the last few years. So these grants, sourced primarily from crypto treasuries, also managed by foundations or by DAOs, they're deeply intertwined also with market conditions. So give you a little rundown. So during the bull market in late 2021 into 2022, we actually saw an explosion of grant programs. I'm not sure many of you in the space know about it, but it was pretty crazy. And so actually many promised to distribute hundreds of millions of dollars in their native tokens, but not all had a clear focus, I would say, on ecosystem. We saw, unlike, let's say, some of the longer term players in the space like Ethereum Foundation, as well as the Stellar Development Foundation, who have consistently been supporting year over year their ecosystem. Many new entrants also seem to prioritize more marketing as well as airdrop type strategies over tangible solutions. So with very, very little transparency in award distribution, I've done some research and it was very hard. But even forget about ROI or even impact assessments. And so when the bear hit in 2020, later in 2022, and the treasuries, they shrunk in value, a lot of these so-called billion-dollar grant funds actually vanished into thin air, which is interesting. And so this prompted what I would say a collective re-evaluation of grants. So by 2023, communities also became more discerning and engaged, really scrutinizing how funds were allocated to build their ecosystems. So just from seeing some of the other ecosystems out there, one of the more interesting events happened when the Arbitrum community actually downvoted treasury transfer of 750 million ARB to the foundation due to concern of how funding would be spent. And so this actually led to the formation of the Arbitrum grants DAO, which has to date, actually since late last year, spent about 66 million ARB, which today is about 100, and the day of payment was around $150 million. So these are very sizable investments, or I would say grants, right? And they're not maybe to the stage of later stage investments, but they're still sizable. So also I feel there were ecosystem with large arising innovation opportunities, and that really gave out actually more funding in 2023 than in 2024. So this was a little bit different from the trend. So there's Optimism launched their Optimism Retro PGF. Some of you might be familiar with. They actually funded late year 40 million up, which is about roughly, very roughly I would say, because I don't have specific payment dates, about $120 million value. So this is sizable, right? And Stellar, also we added smart contract functionality to our tech stack, supercharging the Stellar Community Fund. We gave out over 140 million XLM, equaling to over $17 million from early 2023 into 2024 to over 200 projects. So there's an interesting trends going around there. Tooling has improved for grant programs. So we have Gitcoin came out with their grant stack, so that's pretty exciting. So overall, I would say most grant programs still a bit opaque in their awards reporting, but with changing market conditions, also community perspective changes, as well as innovation opportunities, it's very clear that the trend is going towards more mature, utility-focused, and community-powered grant programs into 2024. I guess at Stellar, we see also a really large opportunity for real-world use of tokenized assets. Tokenized securities on Stellar, for instance, have surpassed $350 million with well-regulated institutional issuers, and this just showcases the fact that there's I guess like new institutional money coming into crypto, which is very exciting as well. And I mean, aside from like the accessibility that you mentioned, Miguel, I think like two of the other very important pieces are efficiency and safety. And so actually, people don't need to pay $10 for a crypto transaction on certain ecosystems, including Stellar, where transactions are many fractions of a cent. So it's really exciting to like see these engagements and these like, I guess, larger companies as well as startups leveraging blockchain to build really innovative solutions that actually have real world utility. And especially now that we coming from a large bear market into like a new era, this 2024, I'm pretty excited for what folks are ready to build.